or reacting to playback talking about Speed, and he must be held accountable for something he did. I think it was about the scam shit, and then he said that he would never do it. I don't know what happened exactly, so we're gonna learn and find
And
out
what
right
started
now.
as a live stream to meet Cristiano Ronaldo and give away PS5s quickly turned into a nightmare after fans realized the meetup was fake and was being used to promote a scam. Literally, they used a fake Cristiano Ronaldo who couldn't play soccer and was wearing a Buy Paradox Crypto Coin t-shirt. And it
That's
quickly got
crazy.
worse. The live chat started calling Paradox Coin a scam in the middle of this
But look. The only thing I'll say about that is that how is Speed supposed to know that bro is gonna wear that shit?
sponsored stream and called I Show Speed a sellout, which caused him to get very angry.
You sold out. They're using you, Speed. This is just sad.
That is crazy, bro. Like them
Like
comments
probably they had the idea of using him, but he didn't know, right? He's innocent. He didn't know. He's like, oh, somebody coming up and I'm gonna meet Cristiano Ronaldo or CR7, right? He's like, oh shit, this might be dope for the stream. And then he brought bro on, but didn't know that bro was gonna wear that shit.
Yeah,
so
it's making me like, that's crazy, bro. The fact that I ever make like the fact that y'all y'all just thinking me like that is just crazy. I hate that, bro. Y'all so weird, bro.
Now, we know comedy is subjective, but I do think one thing is objectively hilarious. And that is the fact that all these teenagers and kids called this guy out. I mean, just think about it. The target of most crypto scams is gullible people. And who's more gullible than kids and teenagers? So when those people see right through your scam, that's pretty embarrassing. And it got so bad that Speed had to mute himself to try to figure out how to salvage the situation. The only problem is he forgot to fully mute the mic.
So what do I do now?
oh,
Bro, they're spending hell stealing. I put it in members only. Alright, so look. It's cool now. Relax. No, relax. Why listen to the chat? You'll see no more fucking scams. Trust me.
The mic is on.
I know. I'm just trying to make it. No. You know what I'm doing, bro. No. I'm not gonna say that because then it's gonna be.
what if he left it on purpose though? Because he does know what the mute button is. I'm pretty sure he went mute before.
Obvious, bro. Just trust me, bro. It's good. So basically, like, what I'm doing now, basically, so I'm just
Give away the rest of the PS5.
but that just makes it, like, it gotta be authentic, though.
They don't want you to play the game first. They don't want you to play the game.
So how do I give it away? Just people in the chat? You wanna do it that way?
I feel like he's doing that on purpose. Ain't no way he didn't know he
Yo,
wasn't
chat, can
muted.
y'all hear me?
So that right there, just
brother.
a gist of what happened, like Agent said. So if people don't know Speed, content creator, streamer, massive influence, especially over a predominantly large younger audience. And over the past like 2 years now, cryptocurrency is like really like shot through the roof. Unfortunately though, there's a lot of bad actors in the space. What they do is like a lot of pump and dump.
This shit is in the it's in the gutter now.
Yeah, now it's in the gutter. But the reason why it's in the gutter is because of individuals like these who they create these coins, and what they do is they give little to no value, and what they do is they just use an influencer to increase the value of it, pump it all the way up, and then eventually when it's at its highest, the people who have been there since the beginning, they pull out on it and they sell out, or they sell out as high as a coin is. I want to start with the content creator aspect of it first, because as a content creator, at least we can only speak on our end. I personally, I have 2 basketball channels, NBA channels, and I get hit all the time with like things that I believe is immoral. That's just a personally me thing. Of course, as I cover NBA, a lot of people hit me up with the what's the thing called fantasy sponsors.
Oh yeah.
Those ones aren't bad though.
I
Just-
but no,
if you
I
don't gamble,
personally,
then-
that's what I'm saying. I
yeah.
personally don't believe in gambling, so I don't promote it. There's some instances of where morality comes into play, like on this channel and on our podcast. More than likely, you're not going to see some egregious things, even if it is legal, right? Even if it is legal. But when you get to this stage of promoting things, a lot of people just view it just scamming, and there's been a lot of people who have been exposed for scamming their audience, for investing into a coin that everybody knew was just trying to pump it up, and so then they can pull out and just.
So I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I made $49,000 in the last 30 days copying and pasting.
get as much money as possible on a coin that doesn't have that much value, then yeah, at that point the morality is not, it's not even a gray line anymore. You're clearly stepping over your bounds. And I think as an influencer, you hold some type of responsibility to that. You cannot remove them. I know Speed is young, he is 17, but he still holds some form of responsibility in that
Yeah,
regard.
I'm a little biased because I've met Speed and he seems like a fucking well-spirited guy. He's just fucking dumb, and I think that's like the take. He's exactly the way he acts in his videos off camera. So like, look, the first era of crypto scams was just like pointless coins that served no purpose, that were inflated to the moon and then crashed on a fucking pump and dump. So the people that were in on it at first made billions and billions of dollars, and everybody else lost those billions and billions of dollars. Nowadays, the crypto scams are getting a little bit more like, they'll pretend to serve a purpose. So this specific coin is not just one thing, it's like 7 different entities all working together. So they promised some fucking AAA video game, even though the graphics look like this. And they come up with these features like you can stake the coin and the longer you stake it, the more you're gonna make. But who the fuck is gonna stake a coin for years when you have you've never seen no evidence of its efficacy?
That's true.
So they'll pretend to serve a purpose, but in all reality, they don't do anything useful. Because there are some useful tokens, like Ethereum is like, I think, the future. And hopefully, like, once the stigma around crypto disappears, I think more people are gonna invest into cryptos that make sense. Like, in my opinion, Stellar Lumens and Chainlink, there's examples of really good cryptos. And then there's these fucks that just give it a bad name. I think Speed's mistake was, it's like money can blind you sometimes. In that, like, if you get an offer for like a gambling company and it's like, it's a low offer. Let's say you usually charge like 10 bands and they give you like 2 bands. You're gonna laugh it off. Like, I'm not gonna fucking up.
But then they come out with like
everybody
20.
has their price to where like they'll start to justify, okay, like at $500,000, like fuck it, it's just one ad. Like niggas, like I'm not forcing nobody to do it. Like everybody has that point where they begin to justify to themselves. And I'm telling you, there's not many companies that are gonna pay more than those crypto scams. Because they make so much money off the scam. And so it's sad to see somebody fucking supercharge something that obviously doesn't make sense. You can't 10x, you can't go from $10 to $100 on anything real. You can't guarantee that type of return. And if you could, everybody would be doing it. And so there's a few parts that piss me off. One, this makes all of crypto look bad when it already looks atrocious given all the stuff happening with FTX. 2, Speed looks fucking horrible as a result. Like, your fucking young fans can point out the fact that this is a scam and you got duped into believing this shit was real. Now you look dumb. I think beyond all of that, this is just like another example of what we saw a lot of last year, except that Speed he didn't learn the lesson that other people learned. But so like when John Wall got caught in that crypto scam, okay, you didn't learn the lesson from John Wall. Like, how many people have to go through the process of falling for a coin before you learn?
So people are saying, which I heard earlier was a muted audio, but people are saying muted and lightly, right? Like it was like, people believe that Speed purpose.
Yeah, I think he purposely did it because ain't no way bro's be streaming that much and doesn't know how to mute his own shit.
So he didn't mute it, even though he claimed that he muted, just so his fans can hear it, so they know that it undeniably this is a scam and I'm just as a quick scheme. So that, but to Speed, if that is true, if you think you're having this 5,000,
it would be more
moment, right? It's still a bad look on you because you still don't know like how many of your fans or audiences out there may have missed that part of it or may not been able to connect to that. And B, it's just from an ethics standpoint, like it's still a scam at the end of the day. Giving people like this a platform for other people to try to, right the wrong that may have been done in your stream, it still just doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a bad look in general. So even if that is the case, it still doesn't justify what you did.
I'm not saying it justifies it. I'm just saying I don't think he did not mute on purpose, or says he muted, but it was left unmuted on accident.
Anything, it looks even crazier because you're still saying that, hey man, I just did it for the money, man. I just did it for the money.
You should be aware enough to know when, like, you should be aware of what you're promoting before you promote it.
Facts.
And I think that's like it's also like a skill. Like, he's 17. It's not an excuse for doing something dumb, but at 17, I didn't know that I was even supposed to pay taxes, bro. I was behind years on taxes, and there was obvious things that was obvious to other people. Maybe if you grew up differently or you're older or you have more experience, that wasn't obvious.
You gotta pay taxes at 17. I mean, it's probably because you have a job. Look, I think for streaming, right? Unless I make like $600, I don't gotta pay taxes on none of this shit yet. But I will have to next year because I will be making more than 600 because it's like 100 a month or whatever. But yeah, I think I'm not sure.
Obvious to me.
I might have to look it
maybe
up.
it's just
I'll
speaking,
still check,
knowing
but I'm not
Speed,
sure.
I don't think none of this is an act. I dead ass think he just got fucking fooled because he wasn't
I'm gonna
thinking.
say, so do we give him a break because he's 17?
No, he still has a whole responsibility. But this is an easy dunk, though. In all reality, his audience doesn't give a fuck. They all identified it was a scam. I don't know how effective of a fucking scam it was, but none of them give a fuck. They're all gonna watch him anyway because they don't watch him for financial tips.
For sure.
If they did, they would stop watching him after some shit like that.
Yes.
But they just watch him because he's highly entertaining, and so therefore his entertainment is not going to disappear on his next stream, which did really, really well. People were tapped in. They knew the shit was a scam. They weren't. I actually saw that stream on my homepage. I didn't click it because yesterday he did a similar stream saying he was going to meet Ronaldo, and he was in the locker room and he never ended up meeting him. So I didn't click. I was like, damn.
You met the coach though, right?
Until like all this happened.
So this is the other part of it, which actually we can show a little bit of this conversation because I want y'all to understand how much of a dickhead these individuals have to be to not only use a 17-year-old to promote a scam, but also to then deny it, even though it's like it was so unequivocally obvious that that was what was going on. Especially we like you said, bro, we're like 2-3 years deep into this now, and like it's so easy to spot what's going on, bro.
Year to make this, as you probably know, you've
Oh, that's
done your
them?
research. It takes 2 years on average to make a AAA game, right? Yes or no? On average, anyone that does a bit of research in AAA games, they know it roughly takes between 2 and 3 years for a AAA game, as far as we are concerned.
And frankly, I have to take serious issue with your claim that this is a AAA game. Yeah, this looks like a basic game you designed in Unreal Engine. I'm sure you have developers behind it. But you admit, wait, in your own marketing, you describe yourself, wait a second, you describe yourself as an indie game. You describe yourself as an indie game, and then you have the audacity to come on my stream and call yourself a AAA game when you describe yourself as an indie game.
I don't want to interrupt you, but just give me.
You are interrupting me. Of course you are. You don't call yourself an indie game on your YouTube channel and then have the audacity to come on my channel and call yourself AAA.
Hold on. Because I don't know the difference. What's the difference between an indie and a AAA? I'll just put 3 a game. Games which receive monetary backing are called AAA, and those with more modest budgets are considered indie. Really? So it's just about the difference in money they be getting. That's about it. Or AAA studios tend to have multi-million-dollar budgets, whereas indie studios have much limit. Oh, so it's just budget wise. I thought that was like a huge difference. Hold on, which one was it? This one.
Yes, we are a self-funded indie studio, a UK-based indie gaming studio, Indie Studio.
So yeah, I'm not buying this AAA.
Bro, and the game looks horrible too. Like,
Yeah, it looks
bro,
terrible.
look. Even
There's nothing about it.
Even if there's a use case for this token, it's a shit use case. So let's start there. There's no use for this token that's gonna improve the quality of your life at all, except to make these niggas money. All right, let's start there. You calling that a AAA title is like calling me a professional athlete because I play video games.
Yeah, Caleb,
it's just a stretch.
Please throw some gameplay. Throw
This
some
is a game?
on the screen because like when you see it, it's like.
Bro, it's just like.
Bro?
But I actually genuinely
PS2
think,
game?
no cap, that those guys believe what they're saying. I think they believe they have a AAA title. I think they believe their coin is gonna change the way whatever the fuck.
I don't think they believe their coin is.
I think they do, because you don't get on a stream with CoffeeZilla unless you actually think you have some ground to stand on. But like it was like it's not ground though. Like they fell through like all of it. There's just holes in their arguments. Yeah, so I don't think they get on a stream with this nigga unless they think that they have some real shit. Like, oh, I can't wait when he says this, I'm gonna say this.
But they made.
If they were a scam token, you're not getting on a stream with a guy.
That's true. That's true.
Gods
But
Unchained
maybe-
is a player versus player strategy.
Maybe they just wanted to make it seem like it wasn't a scam, right? So they got on it, so then they could try to like say their side, so then they could try to convince a little bit more people to buy into it.
When you think that you know what the answers, like the line of questions going to be, so you can like, I know what I can do, because if I'm able to stand my ground against CoffeeZilla, then people gonna make me think what I'm saying is credible. And so they just prep themselves. But the reality is like you look even worse because you sound crazy.
So like this is their universe. They have different like parts of it: Paradox Pad, events, Paraswap, Ventures.
Paradox.
So it's like it's just another example of an industry with plenty of opportunities and people trying to jump in on some cash grab shit. They're not changing the way that people live their lives at all. It's just a cash grab. And so they'll make bold ass promises like we can 10x your bread. All you got to do is stake your money with us. So they'll take your money, but now your money's locked with them for whichever amount of time you describe. So even if it's like a few years, this token's not going to exist because it actually doesn't have any value. But now they're going to be off with your fucking money. So it is technically a scam, but these are also technically products. They're just really bad products you shouldn't spend your money on.
Yeah, but when like they said in the stream where they were like, yo, we can promise to 10x your money. That's when you teeter on the side of just straight scamming.
It's like there's no way to guarantee that.
It's like you're making claims that are not, you cannot make those claims at all, especially when, again, like he's saying, bro, like you taking people money for a certain amount of time and then saying that the return is going to be 10x. That's crazy. Fact.
So again, like I just think Speed fucking fell for a dumbass trap, and then he was the reason why his fans are gonna fall for a dumbass trap. And it's like someone along that process has to be able to catch it, and ideally nobody's doing the dumbass traps. But again, humans are humans, they're greedy by nature, and so they're gonna fucking jump on any money grab they can. As a content creator, you have to be aware. As a viewer, you definitely have to be aware. And as a person in the industry, man, you definitely gotta just do whatever you can to pack these niggas up. And I hope the answer is not regulation, because that'd be against all of crypto.
I mean, what it stands for. But I mean, that is, and that's really the fucked up part about it, is that these people are just really taking advantage of people being
It's an unregulated industry.
And it's an unregulated industry, but the whole purpose of it is so that it's not regulated. So the process of transferring whatever, or the process of the purpose of these coins can be as seamless as possible because there is no regulation. But people like this will do nothing but take advantage of that and the naiveness of a lot of people who are entering into it, and they'll just sit there, put the money in, pump it all the way up, and then pull right out. It's just crazy to me that, like you said, now because so many people are like aware of it, now they're just trying to like, oh, we gotta attach a video game.
Package it differently.
Yeah. Also, y'all are bozos. The two individuals here talking about this shit, y'all are scumbags. Not only because y'all are scamming, but y'all are using a 17-year-old in the process.
To show your pointless ass.
And the fact that y'all know for a fact that you can't make y'all cannot guarantee on those promises that y'all are just handing out like the candies. Like, oh yeah, 10x, 100x. Oh yeah,
all you gotta do is stake your money, man. Come stake it.
Just stake it. Put the money in. Flip it real quick. 100x right there. Just like that. Flip that shit. 100x, man. And then go get a fucking fake Cristiano Ronaldo. Wear a bunch of t-shirts.
That has to be a lawsuit too, by the way.
Yeah. So then I thought about it too. Like, nigga, like how can this nigga just claim that he's Ronaldo right now, and then like he has a scam shirt on his fucking on him, bro? Yeah. That's crazy, bro. But that's another thing, Speed. Yo, you gotta chill out with it, Speed. You gotta calm down, bro. Hey man, let us know your thoughts in the comments section.
That is true. That is true. He has to be more careful of what he promotes. He needs to have like a team around him that he actually trusts about shit like this, because they should be aware of what would happen to his image if shit like this happens. So they should be like, yeah, nah, we're not even gonna, like, it shouldn't even reach him, right? Like, he shouldn't even see the money amount they're offering. He shouldn't see none of that. Like, say it's a scam, they're like, okay, you put in 100K, like, you do this for us, tell like 100, like, I don't know how many, like 1,000 people to get in. They put in like 1,000 each. We have 100K, right? Probably did the math wrong, whatever. We have 100K, and then you get 100K people. You bring in 100K dollars or whatever. We'll pay you back $1 million for that. Like, that shouldn't even reach him. He should not be able to see that. He needs to have some people around him that, because bro, 17, right? He could act goofy and entertaining all he wants, but yeah, doesn't need the money. It's sad because he doesn't need the money. He was doing well after the last scandal where he was banned from Twitch with KSI, the World Cup song, having celebrities like Lil Nas X on the stream. Really not good. And that's what I'm saying, because you will get greedy if you see a large amount of money and they're like, oh, you just have to promote this for like an hour. Like, nigga, an hour, just promote this little scam and you get like 500K. Like that? Just an hour of your time. That's why he needs people around him who would just be like, yeah, we're not even going to show him this offer. This is a scam. We're not going to show him this offer. And they did the research on it. But let me know what you guys think. subscribe to me, subscribe to Playback, and see you guys later. Bye.